Sin. Yeah. Check it. Yeah. Look. Heavyweight, this the heavyweight. Heavyweight, this the heavyweight. Heavyweight, this the heavy. Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome to Sinn-Take. My name is Jason. It's Monday. It's grind time. Let's get to it. I just want to holler at y'all about something real fast, man. Listen, it's a lot of people, right, that live by the it will work itself out method, all right? It's a lot of people that live by the it will work itself out method. And listen, that method does not work. The it will work itself out method does not work. I don't care who you is, who you are, you know, what you do. It don't work. It don't work. You have to work. You have to work it out. It won't work itself out. You gotta work it out. There ain't some magic force that's just gonna unravel your problems and make everything all better again. Unfortunately, it don't work like that. You have to take the steps. You have to put yourself in the right position for it to work out. It ain't gonna work itself out. You know, your problems just won't go away and everything will be smooth and peachy, you know, in a few days. It just don't pan out that way. You're gonna have to do something. Regardless, you're gonna have to do something. Because shit ain't gonna just work itself out. Like I said, unless you put yourself in position. And in a lot of cases, when you don't, then shit tend to stay the same or get worse. And that's the last thing you want to do, is have shit stay the same, where, you know, your health can be at risk, your life, the people around you life could be at risk. You know, many different ways that can go by just waiting and saying that things will work itself out. Because that is not true. Things won't work itself out. You got to get out there. You got to figure things out. And you got to be active in the change that you're trying to do. If you're trying to change, or you're trying to change the situation, you're trying to change something, there's going to be a level of steps and work that you're going to have to partake in. It's no way around stuff like that. You just can't think that things is just going to work itself out on its own by itself without you having to lift a finger. That method don't work. That method don't work. You know, yeah, time heals everything. Time does heal everything. But in that process of time, you still have to move forward in getting yourself out of those situations. Like when you lose somebody, yeah, time will heal you, but you still just can't sit there and dwell on it and just wait for time. We don't have that luxury. So in all actuality, things don't just work itself out. You still have to move in some way, shape, or form to get yourself in a better position during that time. So understand, man, listen, it's a lot of people that just sit around and just wait for these miracles, and these miracles just they won't come. You could pray, you could do all that, you could do all of that. You could do magic, whatever it is you think you can do that could help you. It's not. It's not. It ain't no magic, and it ain't no force that's just gonna come unravel your bullshit and unravel the knots that you created. You have to start pulling, you have to start yanking, you have to start biting to unravel that knot. You just can't think that it's just gonna be something that's gonna help you. You can't rely on people. You can't rely on people. You can't rely on everybody else. You can't sit there and blame the next person. Things won't just work itself out. That method don't work. So understand that. Understand that you have to take the steps. You have to take the steps. You have to find the motivation to get yourself out that jam. If it's a jam. But just to think that things is just going to be okay and you could just go on doing what you've been doing, knowing that even that method has proven to not work for you, obviously, or you wouldn't have these knots. So you got to change something up. You got to change something up, because when you've been going through the same shit for years and years and years, obviously at some point you're gonna have to look in the mirror and figure out what it is that you are doing wrong. We all have been there where we had to like really reevaluate ourselves and ask ourselves, what the fuck am I doing wrong? And in 50%, hell no, it ain't 50, hell, in 85% of the cases, most of us know what we're doing wrong and we just don't want to change it. We just don't want to change it. And that's it. For whatever reason, laziness, all types of shit. You know, people just don't want to change. But at some point, man, you're going to have to look in that mirror, figure out what you're doing wrong, change that shit up, and realign yourself. Figure out what's important, where you trying to be at. You ain't got, like I said, if you ain't got no direction, then you don't know where the fuck you going. You just out here, you just blind out here trying to lead the blind. And that's what's going on in society. In most cases, it's the blind leading the blind. Nobody want to wake up. Everybody all caught in the same web. Everybody caught in the same web. Everybody want to do the same shit. Everybody doing the same shit. And don't nobody want to figure out the problem. Don't nobody want to change. Don't nobody want to try something different. Don't nobody want to grow. Don't nobody want to own up to their shit. Don't nobody want to work. Everybody wants something handed to them. Everybody got to complain about something. You know, it's just always some shit. It's always something. It's always something. And in most cases, we don't, you know what I mean? A lot of people just don't like to look in the mirror. Then they know the problem, but they don't want to fix it. So in order for us to grow and succeed in life, we're gonna have to have those moments to where we look at ourselves in the mirror, right? And say, hey, okay, all right, this has been going on way too long. I am the problem. I am the problem. So now I got to figure out what am I doing that's keeping me in this negative space. You know, we all been there. We get there sometimes in life, but the people that stay there is the ones that don't want to take the steps. You know, they relying on the things will work itself out. They sitting there with their fingers crossed, twiddling their hair around or doing God knows what the fuck else, waiting for some miracle to happen. Or they either that or they feasting off other people. They relying on other people to pick up their pieces. And that's never good. That's never good. Nothing good comes from living that way. When you live that way and all your problems is placed on everyone else's doorstep, you ain't gonna never change. You won't ever change. Won't nothing ever good come your way. And the things that do come your way, that's somewhat positive, it will soon turn negative. Because that's the space that you in. That's the space that you in. You can't be living in a nuclear war zone, enter that nuclear space and expect to not be poisoned or poison the things that's around you that come into that space. A lot of y'all in toxic areas in y'all life, and it's infecting everybody else. So you got to look at yourself and find a way to fix that. You got to get to the core problem. I've been there. And still, even with the problems in my life, I'm reevaluating myself and doing a diagnostic on myself. Hell, if not every week, at least every couple weeks to once a month, I'm back in that mirror, looking at myself, asking myself, what am I doing wrong? Because that's what I need to do. I'm going to have to do that if I want to continue to move forward and get to where I'm trying to be. So understand, man, this will not work itself out. It won't. You got to work it out yourself, because won't nobody do it for you. All right? My name Jason, it's Sinn-Take. I'll holler at y'all later, man. Peace.
First I'ma get on my grind, then second stop wasting my time on shit less important. If ain't about money, I'm going the other direction. And third, I'ma do what I gotta to eat. Fourth, I'ma sew up the streets. Fifth, I'ma never quit dropping this heat. So as long as I'm breathing, you better get used to me. Sixth, I'ma get